Whether you're a complete beginner looking for something to learn to get a job as a front-end developer, or someone with experience looking to improve your skills, this video will be useful for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's begin. We start from basic knowledge of internet. How does it work? What is HTTP, etc.? After you understand the basic concepts of the internet, you need to learn the basis for the front end. HTML is the skeleton of a web page, and without its knowledge, you can't go anywhere. It will be enough to learn tags and attributes, forms, semantics. To prevent our page from looking like it was in the 90s, we need CSS to set the look of the page, customize the layout, and add responsiveness. Now let's move on to one of the most important stages, JavaScript. It is the heart of the front end. If HTML is the skeleton, CSS is the appearance, then JavaScript is the brain that brings everything to life. Start with the basics. Understand what variables, data types, conditions, loops, and functions are. It's like learning the alphabet before writing a sentence. Next, objects, arrays, methods of working with them. After that, move on to working with the DOM, which is how JavaScript manages HTML elements on the page. Here you will learn how to make websites dynamic, open modal windows, respond to clicks, inputs, and more. Don't forget about events, asynchronization, set timeout, promise, async await. This is necessary to work with requests to the server. For example, to load a list of products or update data without reloading the page. Also learn how to work with APIs. This is how your sites get real data from the world, weather, news, comments. At this stage, practice is the key. Write small projects, to-do lists, calculators, timers. JavaScript is a skill that is best developed with your hands, not just reading about. Next up, Git. Think of it as your personal time machine for code. If you're not using it yet, now's the time. Git is a version control system. Every time you make changes to your code, you can take a snapshot of the project. Later, you can go back, check who changed what, and why. It's not just useful, it's essential for working on real projects, especially with a team. You'll learn to make commits. That's like saving your progress in a game. Then come branches. You can split off new features, test them, and merge them back when ready. No more breaking the main code. And then there's GitHub. It's where your repositories live. You'll push your code there, create pull requests, collaborate with others, and even build your dev portfolio. Hiring managers love seeing real projects. Let's talk about package managers, your toolkit for installing and managing code libraries in your projects. They help you add tools, frameworks, and libraries to your app with just a single command. No need to download things manually. You'll also learn how to update packages, uninstall them, and fix version conflicts. It's not the flashiest part of dev life, but it's absolutely necessary. At some point in your journey, you'll hear this word a lot, frameworks. But what are they really? Think of a framework as a set of tools and rules that help you build apps faster and more efficiently. Instead of reinventing the wheel every time, you get a head start with pre-built structures for managing UI, handling data, routing, and more. Frameworks are built around components, reusable pieces of UI, and offer a more organized way to scale your projects. As your app grows, a good framework helps keep things clean and manageable. They also help you write reactive, dynamic interfaces, where the UI updates automatically when your data changes. That's a core concept in modern front-end development. In the beginning, learning a framework can feel overwhelming. But once you understand the core ideas, like components, state, and rendering, let's talk about Tailwind CSS, the utility-first framework that's taken the front-end world by storm. Instead of writing custom CSS classes for every element, Tailwind gives you a huge set of predefined utility classes right out of the box. You just apply them directly in your HTML or JSX, and boom, your design is ready. It might look a little strange at first, like you're cramming a bunch of styles into your markup. But once you get used to it, it's incredibly fast. You spend less time naming classes and switching between files, and more time building. Tailwind makes it super easy to stay consistent with spacing, colors, fonts. because it's all part of the design system. And it plays really well with component-based frameworks like React or Vue. BEM stands for Block Element Modifier. It's a naming convention for your CSS classes that helps keep your styles clean, readable, and scalable, especially in bigger projects. So basically, it's just a smart way to name things. SAS adds superpowers to your CSS, like variables, nesting, and mixins for cleaner, reusable code. Post-CSS processes your CSS with plugins, like auto-prefixing or using future CSS features today. Prettier is your automatic code stylist. It formats your code every time you save. Consistent spacing, quotes, indentation, all handled for you. No more arguing over style and code reviews. Just focus on what really matters, the logic. ESLint is like a spell checker for your JavaScript. It catches bugs, enforces best practices, and warns you when something looks off, even before your code runs. You can also customize the rules to match your team's coding style or project requirements. And then there are module bundlers, tools like Webpack, Vite, or Parcel. They take all your code, styles, images, and dependencies and turn them into a few optimized files the browser can load efficiently. Bundlers also let you use modern JavaScript features, import-export modules, and organize your project like a pro. Let's talk about testing, one of the most underrated parts of front-end development. Testing makes sure your app works the way it should and keeps working even after changes. It helps you catch bugs early, prevent regressions, and gives you confidence when refactoring or adding new features. There are different types. Unit tests check small pieces of logic, like a single function. Component tests make sure your UI behaves correctly. End-to-end tests simulate real user interactions, clicking, typing, navigating, to test the full flow. Tools like Jest, Testing Library, or Cypress make it all easier and faster. When building secure applications, authentication is key to ensuring that only authorized users can access certain resources. There are several popular methods to handle this. JSON Web Tokens is a widely used method where the server generates a token after the user logs in. OAuth is an authorization protocol that allows third-party services, like Google or Facebook, to handle the authentication process. SSO enables users to log in once and gain access to multiple applications or services without needing to authenticate again. If you've made it to this stage, you've probably already run into this error. CORS. CORS is a security feature in browsers that blocks web pages from making requests to a different domain than the one that served the web page. It's there to prevent malicious websites from accessing sensitive data from other sites. But CORS isn't the only security concern you should be aware of when building web applications. There are a few basic principles to keep in mind. HTTPS. Always use HTTPS instead of HTTP. It encrypts data between the client and server, protecting it from eavesdropping and man-in-the-middle attacks. Sanitize user input. Always sanitize and validate user input to protect against attacks like SQL injection or XSS, cross-site scripting. Never trust data coming from the user, even if it seems harmless. Authentication. Use secure authentication methods like JWT, OATH, or SSO to ensure that users are who they say they are and protect sensitive areas of your app. Content security policy. A CSP header helps mitigate XSS attacks by defining what resources are allowed to load on your site, preventing malicious scripts from being executed. Keeping these basics in mind will help ensure your web application is more secure and less vulnerable to common attacks. Web components are a set of web platform APIs that allow you to create reusable, encapsulated custom elements with their own structure, style, and behavior, making your UI more modular and maintainable. When it comes to TypeScript, there's a lot to cover, from static typing to interfaces and generics. But since I've already made a video about it, feel free to check that out if you want to dive deeper into how TypeScript can improve your code quality and developer experience. When building modern web apps, SSR, server-side rendering, is a technique where the HTML is generated on the server for each request, improving SEO and performance, especially for content-heavy pages. GraphQL is a query language for your API, designed to let clients request only the data they need. Unlike traditional REST APIs, where you have multiple endpoints for different resources, with GraphQL you send a single query to get exactly what you need. When developing modern web applications, it's crucial to focus on performance, real-time communication, and smooth user experiences. A key part of achieving this involves using a variety of tools to optimize your app and ensure everything runs efficiently. From tools that help you audit and improve your app's performance to those that enable seamless, real-time interactions, the right set of resources can take your web app to the next level. Managing data effectively on the client side is also important, as it ensures that your app loads quickly and can function offline when necessary. Static site generation is a modern approach to building websites where the content is pre-built at build time rather than being generated on the server for each request. This results in incredibly fast load times and improved performance, as the pages are ready to serve directly from a CDN. With SSG, content is generated once and served as static HTML, which reduces server load and ensures faster user experiences. It's especially useful for sites with content that doesn't change frequently, such as blogs, portfolios, or documentation sites. By combining SSG with frameworks like Next.js or Nux.js, you can enjoy the best of both worlds. Fast, static pages with the option for dynamic features when needed. If you're interested in expanding beyond the web, mobile apps can offer a more integrated experience for your users. Whether you choose to build native apps for iOS or Android, or use frameworks like React Native or Flutter for cross-platform development, mobile apps can take your project to the next level. If you want, you can give it a try and explore how mobile development can complement your web app, offering features like push notifications, offline access, and deeper integration with device hardware. Once you've completed the roadmap and gained a good understanding of the core concepts, the next step is to start putting that knowledge into practice. The best way to do this is by working on pet projects or taking on freelance work. These real-world projects will help you solidify your skills, give you hands-on experience, and help you build a portfolio that shows off your abilities. You can create your own projects or collaborate with others to tackle challenges in a practical setting. This not only strengthens your problem-solving skills, but also gives you something concrete to show potential employers. Alongside building projects, it's also crucial to start preparing for interviews. Research common interview questions and practice answering them. Focus on explaining your thought process clearly, as technical skills alone won't always be enough. Employers want to see how you approach problems and work through challenges. Finally, once you feel confident in your skills and portfolio, it's time to start applying for jobs. Tailor your resume, highlight your projects, and begin submitting applications. The more you apply, the more you'll learn about the job market, and eventually you'll land your first job or freelance gig. And that's it. Once you've practiced, built projects, and prepared for interviews, you're ready to take the next step in your journey. Remember, web development is a continuous learning process, so keep building, keep experimenting, and keep improving. If you found this roadmap helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more tips, tutorials, and insights to help you on your path to becoming a great developer. Stay curious, keep coding, and I'll see you in the next video.